Yeah, hello, Your Excellencies. Are you welcome to day two? Day two. We're here on day two. Yes, we're here on day two, and it's amazing, isn't it? Amazing, 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 amazing. It's going to be an amazing time. Let's get to our song. Yep, 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 yep. Let's get to our song while we wait for people, right? Let's get to a song. Yep, yep, yep. It's going to be an amazing time. I believe so. So let's do. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. 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 That's good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. So what? What? Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. So if you're live, share. Let people know that we're live. Let's go. No, by next year we're going to be having our own team song. I believe so. Yeah. So who's online? Who's online? Who's it? Let me know who you are. Come into the comment section and talk to me. Yeah. My people are showing up. Let's go. So who's in the comment section? Yeah. Hello. Hey, Queen. Good to have you, ma. How are you? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I can see you. Hey, hello, Olubumi Olaoluode. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's going to be an amazing time. I'm telling you, we're going to have a good time this first session. It's going to be an amazing time. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. It's only audio. Okay. You're not seeing us live? Oh, wow. Okay. It's only audio. Please explain. I don't know what you mean by that. Are you not? Are you seeing us? Can you hear us? Can you see us? Let's get some feedback from you. Oh, you can't see from here. Oh, why? Oh. It's well. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you can see us, it's still fine. Okay. Oh, the screen is blank. Wow. Why is the screen blank? Oh, okay. We're going to see to that. Don't worry. I'm going to see what's going on. Okay. We're going to find out what's going on so that we can sort that out. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Now, good, 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 good. Yes. Aha, better. Good. Sort it out. Beautiful. Nice. Thank you. All right. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. Okay. So just in a minute, we're going to bring in our guests. It's going to be an amazing time, right? Okay. It's just let's gather ourselves together and we'll be able to okay, beautiful. So let's have a bit of a recap. If you were here yesterday, okay, beautiful. My guest is already in the house. I can see you, brother. I can see you. I can see you. I can see you. I can see you. Yeah. Alrighty. So let's just have a brief recap of what we had yesterday, and then we're just gonna bring my brother up. Of course, we're gonna play his profile. And I bet you, ladies and gentlemen, all over the world, this gentleman's profile can be intimidating. Yeah. So, it's going to be amazing. I tell you, it's going to be amazing, pretty amazing. So, just a few minutes, we will be ready. Just give us some time. Yeah. So, tell me, you were here yesterday. What was your, how was it like? How was it like? How was it like? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. How was it yesterday? Just drop in the comment section. How was it like? How was it like? We had amazing speakers. We had, Tope Shongo Nuga, and she spoke about mindset. Michael Ojola spoke about, how you can, yeah. Oh, yes. Look at this. I love this. Yeah, this was amazing yesterday. I mean, Steve Harris blew the roof, man. I mean, we had quite a lot of stuff, but Steve said never negotiate when you're hungry. And most people think that you just got to just make ends meet, man, do all those things. But if you're going to do great, you don't negotiate when you're hungry. Yeah, thank you so much, Debbie, for that. Do we have any other one? Do we have any other one? Don't worry, we're almost ready. Just want some things to be set. Then we're just going to go up. Apologies, for this. It's just part of the little logistic stuff that we have when we're running online things like this. So I want us to do it properly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Somebody should give me another one now. Give me another one. Abba. There must be something else you could give me. Come on, talk to me. Okay. Alrighty. So, yes, we are ready, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready. We are ready. Beautiful. Thank you for coming all over the world. I celebrate you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. And thank you for coming. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes, challenges helps us develop growth. Yes, that was awesome yesterday. I tell you, powerful, powerful, powerful. Awesome, awesome. There'll be no code for my session. All righty. Okay, so let's bring in. Let me do the profile for our guests, and then we start and kickstart today actively. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm just excited for what we're about to do. Okay, so here we go.
Personal and business improvement strategist, and human resource consultant. His latest book, titled Black or White Mindset Reframing from the Dark Skinned Race, is on Amazon. His life coaching strategy, collaboration, and experience is over a decade working with both individual and organization. He is currently the lead consultant of Fortune Word Consulting and spearheading the coaching and training arm and the host of a quarterly life coaching series done on site and online, which equip corporate staff, entrepreneur, and young graduate for peak performance and amazing profitability in their chosen career and business. David is a recipient of several business grants, including the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneur Grant, Philanthropy University USA Facebook Grant, given to emerging MSc SMEs in Africa to elevate the impact of COVID 19. In recent time, he is a mentor with the Tony Elumelu Foundation with Micro Mentor. David Olayiwola's coaching and training focuses on strategic planning, social and emotional learning (SEL) for schools, emotional intelligence, goal setting, peak performance, exceptional sales and marketing, leadership training, employee satisfaction, feedback, teamwork, budgeting, business analysis, and business development. He will be speaking to us today on Business Owners Conference on the topic Personal and Business Repositioning for Global Patronage. Please, let's make welcome David Olayiwola.
Awesome, awesome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited to have with me today the amazing, the interesting, the powerful, the brilliant, my
I'm blushing
brother,
now.
yo man, David Olayiwola. It's good to have you, bro. You know how much love I have for you. It's good to have you
Thanks, my
at the
brother.
Business Owners Conference.
I'm honored.
Yes.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you.
honored.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you
honored to
so
be
much.
part
Thank
of
you
this.
for, yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up on the Business Owners Conference. And I'm sure that people from all over the world are waiting seriously to listen to you. All righty. So the ball is in your court, bro. You got the floor. Yeah.
Okay. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yeah, I can we can hear you in the comment section. Audience, can you what are you telling us? Speak to us. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it sounding good? Let's go. Yeah. Can I get somebody to
Okay,
tell us?
fantastic.
Yeah.
While we
So
wait
I
for
think
comments.
I I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I can hear
Okay,
you though.
fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, Firstly,
Oh
I
yeah.
want
Okay.
to
Yeah.
appreciate my
Yeah. It's clear.
brother,
Yeah.
Dr. Triple A. A fantastic brother, a friend turned brother for um, this privilege and this platform um, to share my thoughts, my experience, and my knowledge with people, not just locally, but globally. And looking at the array of speakers that we have um, on this particular conference, we have guys from the US, from Germany, from Canada, from the UK. Dr. Tunji Babajide is also a mentor to me in this coaching sector. It's also on board. So I see it a great privilege to be um, part of this. To be part of this. Um, I was only privileged to enjoy my brother's session. I was just talking like a professor, and it was so loaded. All the slides, everything, just like his usual person. And I know the quality of work that I always put into stuff. And like an hour ago, I had to call him seeking his indulgence that my brother, I have my notes in my diary, but I had very clumsy week. I wasn't able to do my slides. So I'm just going to be picking my point from a slide and from my notes, and then just speak from my arts, what are my premeditated thoughts as touching the topic we have at hand. So he said, no problem. I said that I saw Mr. Steve that he didn't actually do slide, but I said, I know Steve's session was really awesome, but I know the quality of work that he always put into what he does. And I attended the session. It was really loaded. And that's why, as a person, when you understand the personality of a person, you also need to relate from that perspective. And he's quite a free will and flexible person. He said, no problem, we can just go ahead with it. So no slides today, but I believe you get value for your time. For this short time, I'll be speaking on personal and business repositioning for uh, global profiting or global patronage. Personal and business repositioning for global patronage. Steve gave a very pragmatic illustration yesterday on repositioning. And let me just pick you from that. And the thing is, we all need to understand that the Earth planet is revolving and changing. The only constant thing is change. They said the only person in the whole world that enjoys change is a baby that you are changing the diaper. Every other person don't really embrace change. A baby that you're changing the diaper is the only one that really embraces change. So the world is revolving. Things are changing day in, day out. From history, we read about the Stone Age, the Industrial Age, and all of that till we came to this internet age. And some we even call it the AI age, artificial intelligence. So the world is revolving. And that is why for you to be relevant personally and in your business space, you need to evolve. You need to evolve. I want somebody to put that in the chat room. For you to be relevant and for you to attract the kind of traction you want in your business, you need to evolve. You need to evolve. If you are not evolving, you become obsolete in no time. If you are not evolving, you are going to become obsolete. You need to evolve. And I'm going to take it from the context of what is peculiar to Africa and Nigeria as a whole. Now, these I'm going to share with you. It has to do with data analytics and even taking it from the Bible context with prophetic declaration. When I personally premeditated on this and got some insight on this, I've heard two renowned speakers that I really respect a lot talk in this dimension. I heard Dr. Mensa Otabi, and I also heard Dr. Kunle Shorian speak from this perspective and this school of thought. And here is it. We're talking about repositioning. Here is it. Africa is the cynosure of the globe. Africa is the searchlight is on Africa. Now, let me break it down. What I mean by the searchlight is on Africa is that at different global summits, conferences, and meetings that are being held, they are discussing Africa because we have the resources, we have the human capacity, we have all it takes to make it happen. And that's why the eyes of the entire globe is on Africa. Now put that at aside. Africa, the searchlight is on Africa. Now, the fact that the searchlight is on Africa is not just the main thing here. Another thing we need to look at is that the pivotal center is Nigeria. The pivotal center is Nigeria, not just Africa. The pivotal center of the searchlight is on Nigeria. And when you look at this, we're looking at our mineral resources. We're looking at the human capacity that we have. We have the human capital capacity. We're also looking at our population. Our population now, according to projection by the UN, by 2050, Nigeria is going to become maybe the third most populous country in the whole world. Now, so there is a lot that we'll be latching on based on that capacity. Now, looking at all of this that is evolving, now, according to the forecast of the United Nations, we need to understand that there is a projection of the SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals, that is being projected against the for the future. Now, on that map, if you subtract that from the current year that we have, we're in 2024, subtract that from 2030, that means we have 6 years from that projection for every Nigerian to put yourself on the global map. You have 6 years for you to put yourself on the global map. The world is evolving, like I said, and it's going to keep evolving. But this is a very crucial time for the globe as a whole. My friend just finished his master's in Asia, in Hong Kong to be precise, and he happened to attend a business meeting that we have top private. It was a private and public sector discussion, and we had people from Europe, Germany to be precise, and so many other places in that place. The report he gave me, and even told me he's going to send me some of the documents to back this up for facts. Africa was being discussed, how they're looking at Africa as the searchlight, like I said, and Nigeria as the focus. Now, if all of this is happening, and you as a business person or as a human being, you're not looking at at your business or your person or your personal brand from a global perspective, you will not be doing yourself a lot of good. And that is why we have to start repositioning ourselves to find a space on the global map. And I tell you this again, by function of data analytics and forecast and projection, you have within the next 6 years to put yourself on the global map, to put your product, to put your brand personality, to put all you do on the global map. It is not again saying or should be overflogged that um, every one of us we need to start earning in foreign currency. If you are not earning in foreign currency at this point in time, we will only be surviving or be managing. That's peculiar to Nigerians. And now I want to go further by saying, looking at what we have as a country and as a continent, and with the focus and the searchlight being on Nigeria, if you check every sector, every industry, you will see that there is a dramatic and a drastic change, and things are really evolving. If you look into entertainment, you will see how Nigerians are holding the bull by the horn. You can you can you can take many examples. Nigerians lately taking Grammy, Burna Boy, and different one of them in the global space, holding the bull by the horn and getting global relevance. The Davido, what's the other guy, Fireboy, and many of them. If you take it to even ministry and the church activities, you will also see a lot of pastors and ministers on the global terrain from Nigeria. If you take it to education, you take it to science and technology, you take it to medicine and surgery and what have you. You see a lot of Nigerians and Africans in diaspora making exploits and putting themselves on the global map. So my challenge to everyone watching this, or you're going to watch this podcast later on, is that according to data analytics and according to uh, forecasts by the futurists, you need to put yourself on the global map within the next 6 years. You need to carve a niche for yourself, and you need to find a space for yourself on the global map. But what's the whole essence of this? You need to reposition yourself for you to get relevant and strategic for yourself and for your brand and your personality. So briefly, I'm going to be talking about 7 major things you need to do for personal and business repositioning on the global map. 7 major things that you need to do for personal and global repositioning. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about, you need to recognize and carry yourself in a way that you understand that you as a person, you are the first product that the globe wants to buy. And that's why you need to invest in yourself. You need to come to that acknowledgement. If I am selling pencil, apart from the fact that I am selling that pencil or I'm rendering a service, I am the first product. The people that knows me with this particular product or service that I'm rendering, that they are going to buy. And in that sense, you need to carry yourself. You need to invest in yourself. You need to portray yourself, your your disposition, your demeanor, your courage must portray a global brand. You must portray yourself as a global brand. It starts from your thinking, it starts from your orientation, it starts from your exposure. Some people wouldn't do business more than a local setting. Some people are in Ibadan, some people are in Lagos, some people are in Osogbo, they're in Abeokuta, but they will only get patronage from their local environment alone. Now, working on yourself, because and sometimes your personality determines your acceptance at the global terrain. If you heard that, you can type that in the chat box. Your personality determines your acceptance at the global terrain. The global terrain will only accept you by function of their perception about you. If you are being perceived as somebody that is just a local champion or somebody that could only sell locally, you can only be bought from, you can only get patronage from the local terrain. So number one is that you need to understand that you are the first product that everybody will buy. Therefore, you need to invest in yourself. You need to carry yourself in a way that you are relevant for global patronage. That's the first thing. Then number two, start local, but think global. If you get that, you can put that in the chat box. Start local, but think global. Put that in. Think global. Start from your local space. Start from where you are, but think global. There's nothing bad from starting from Oshobo. There's nothing bad from starting from Kenya, nothing bad from starting from your street in Canada or wherever you are. But be ready to reach out your brand beyond the borders of where you are, across borders. Start but think global. Now, when I was talking about your personality as a brand and as a product, some people are in London, some people are in UK, in US or whatever, but they are thinking locally. The fact that they are locally globally. They can be exposed to some things, but they might not maximize some of the things that they are being exposed to. So that it depends on your mindset. It depends on the way you culture yourself. It depends on how you deliberately work on yourself. Whereas we can have Nigerians that are earning in hard currency, earning in dollars. We have many here. They are in Nigeria, they are in Oshobo, they are in Ibadan, they are in Lagos, but they are earning globally. So, number one point we have actually established your personality must carry the global brand. And number two is that you can start locally but think globally. Start local but think global. Now, number 3 points you need to understand. You need to rebrand and rejig your products and services to meet the global standards. You need to rebrand and rejig your products and services to meet the global and the international standard. There's some product that you are selling that you can only sell locally. If your product is going to be acceptable globally, you have to put the quality of the work that is needed into it. I watched a video of a pitching contest, financial coaching online, and I saw a very ambitious lady starting something that has to do with beverage production with tiger nut and some other things. But she was actually disqualified because her product and her services was not ready for general acceptance and wasn't ready. If you're going to export your product, for example, you need to have some license, like license to export. You need to have NAFDAC if it has to do with that sector and that space. You need to have SN license as well. So there are some products that there are some things that you need to do for your products to be acceptable globally. That is establishing number 3. And now, the next thing we need to understand is that you also need to reorganize your system. You need to reorganize your system in a way that will attract global patronage. For example, some of us in recent time, just sometimes last year, July to be precise, I published my new book, and I ensure that apart from local patronage, this book it has got a message for the globe at large. So I ensure it was placed on Amazon. And apart from that, some other work that I'm trying to put into place after my consultation with people that are digital experts is that you need to do sponsored ad, not just reaching to my locality, not just reaching out to people in Nigeria, but reaching out to people globally. It's going to be expensive. And that is what it costs to stand on the global terrain. That is what it costs for you to have global patronage. So you look at it, I'm having a sponsored ad for your product and your services. Have you designed your system in a way to attract people from Canada, from Australia, from United Kingdom, from Kenya, from Turkey, from everywhere? You need to understand this. You need to understand this. So we have established about 4 now. Number 1, you are a you are a brand yourself. You are the first product. You as a person, you are the first brand and the product that people will buy. So you need to present yourself as a global ambassador and a global personality. Number 2, we talked about you starting small and thinking big. So starting locally, but doing things globally, thinking globally. Then we talked about rebranding your products to meet the global and the international standard. Then we also just talk about the 4th point is um, reorganizing your systems. And when we say your systems, you want to get patronage from people abroad. You don't have a payment platform for you to receive money. It's no way. There are time differences. Tavares was talking about time differences yesterday, and for you to get acquainted to different time differences for people to be able to patronize you from around the globe. You are looking at patronage from people in United States of America, for example, and you understand that they are 6 hours behind. On your website, you need to put some kind of self-chatting robots or features for people to be able to get across to you and to get the basic inquiries that they want to make, maybe when you are asleep, or even if there is a need. Some of us need to do the extra work of staying awake for you to ensure that you are keeping in touch with people across the globe, despite the fact that there are different time differences. And there's some part of the United States that to Nigeria, it's even up to 7 or 8 hours time difference. So you need to put that to cognizance by putting on systems in place to meet the global standard. What is expected of you from the global terrain? Now, that's number 4. Let me share 3 more with you and then we can call it quits. Now, number 5, you need to deliberately network with people globally, different races. Network with Caucasian, network with Canadian, network with Kenya, network with Asian, network with Philippine, network with different kind of people. You need to deliberately, intentionally network with them. You need to deliberately and intentionally network with them. Network with even people of your race in diaspora. Network with them deliberately. If you're not networking with people globally, intentionally, there is no way you can position yourself for global patronage. I've met um quite a number of people on LinkedIn. Some of us don't even have LinkedIn accounts. Yes, it's not that I post there frequently, but I do business and strategic networking on LinkedIn. For example, I have a friend that is a white South African, Nick. His name is Nick. Nick is a older colleague. Is also a business coach. And I can tell you that Nick consults and does business coaching for the likes of Caterpillar, Kellogg's International, and so many, even the likes of Standard Bank in South Africa, and so many big brands like that in South Africa. I met Nick on LinkedIn. Nick has spoken on my webinar, a session like this, without me paying him a kobo. Nick, Nick, normal consultancy fee is average of $2,000 per hour. Now, but I'm talking about deliberate networking with people that will give you value, deliberate networking with people on the global terrain. That's just an example. When I'm to publish my book, I thought of this book is basically concentrating on mindset shift for the black race, the dark skin color. Now, I was looking for an endorsement from a white guy. I need a white folk to do an endorsement for it. The only person that could approve of it, I initially spoke to a couple of friends that I know abroad, and I said, can you get me somebody that I could send a review of the book and look at it and said if the person could endorse. But all effort in that area proved abortive. And I just remeditated, and I remember that I have this friend that is a white South African in my corner. I approached Nick. He was all ready to do it for me, just like every time. And I tell you, I sent the manuscript to him out of his busy schedule. It took ample time to write the endorsement, a beautiful one, recommending the book to both white and black race. He said the book is what everybody should read. And not just that, he also helped, he co-edited the book. I didn't ask him to edit the book, but it made me realize that some of the ways that I wrote my English, they were actually Nigerian English. So as a result of that, it made me to see it from another perspective. And I tell you, he used about 3 weeks re-editing the work. When he was satisfied with editing the work, that was when Nick now wrote his endorsement. I didn't pay him a dime. I met Nick on LinkedIn. He gave me a lot of hours out of his time. There was a time we even had to do video call. He traveled down to go to pick his kids from the university. They were on vacation. He had a business coaching with a particular company. He was at the training room when we had that video conference. He invested a lot of time and a lot of stuff into me. but I didn't know him from Adam. And I told him, I said, the next time you are in Nigeria, make sure I'm going to make sure that we get to meet physically. The next time I'm in South Africa, I've been in South Africa before, but I've not met him before. By then, I said, I'm going to make sure I see you. I think he lives in Cape Town or so. I'm going to make sure I see you. Now, that was a deliberate networking. Deliberate networking. You need to deliberately network with people globally, every color, every race, network with people in diaspora. That's how to position yourself for global. And he told me, he said, whenever you're in South Africa, we will have a lot to do together. That's how you deliberately network and position yourself for global patronage. I have another guy that I met on LinkedIn as well. That's why I said some of us, we don't understand that the professional social media is LinkedIn. The professional social media is LinkedIn. Now I met I've forgotten his first name now. He's an Indian, he's a British Indian or an English Indian Briton, because his Nate is actually a citizen by birth of India, or he has lived in Manchester in the UK for I think over 10 years or so. He got his first degree and all that there. So he's got dual citizenship. I also met him on LinkedIn. I have featured on his podcast a couple of times. There is a business community that he does online. He has his own community. He added me to it to share my ideas, to mentor people, and to do life coaching series for people. I normally, it's not what you just get on the platter of gold. But what am I saying? I've told you two testimonies of how I deliberately network with people to position yourself for global relevance and for global patronage. So that's, we cannot overemphasize that. We cannot overemphasize that. So we've talked about 5 points now. We've talked about 5 points now. Now, the 6 points that I will talk about is that you need to ensure you are always abreast of global information. I say that again. Ensure you are always abreast of global information. Ensure you are always informed with what is happening on the global terrain. Don't just listen to channels alone. Check what is happening on Al Jazeera. Check what is happening on CNN. Some of us are not acquainted to what is happening. Don't just listen to Nigeria stuff alone. Listen to what is happening in other parts of Africa. Research about what is happening in Rwanda. Research about what is happening in Kenya. Research about what is happening in Tanzania. But read some stuff about Ghana. Read some stuff about Asia. Don't get missing. That's how you get informed. So that when you are in the middle of a negotiation, when even if there is a probability of somebody giving you a referral deal or whatever, you'll not be thrown off guard because you are not acquainted to what is happening on the global terrain. When you are in the negotiation room, or you're on the negotiation table, the information, the global information that you have at hand will determine how you will close the deal. I say that again. The global information that you have at hand will determine how you will close the deal when you are on the negotiation table or in the negotiation room. So it's important that you are abreast of what is happening around the world, not just at your area. You are the one that is, you know what is happening to your neighbor, to know what is happening in your community. It's okay for security conscious or for whatever. You are acquainted to what is happening in your immediate community. But beyond that, I can give you several examples of people that have not met physically and we have done business and we met online, and they will just check one or two things, credibility. They say we are okay. They pay even up front for some services that we render before we take it further. And we've never met. Everything is just online. So we need to understand that. And when you have a discussion with people and you are negotiating, the information that you have is your weapon. The information that you have is your tool. So if all the information at your disposal are just local information, you will not be able to beat it to it on the negotiation table. You will not be able to do justice to that negotiation discussion. And the last but not the least, number 7, you need to build a strong adaptation capacity. You need to build a strong adaptation capacity. We started with how the world is evolving, how things are evolving generally. And that is why, as human beings, the world is really, really changing. I can remember many years ago, 25 years ago, we didn't have internet so handy like this that you can check your email real time. If I want to check my email that time, I will have to travel down to a cyber cafe and pay, and then you'll be given a code to log in into a system, an internet code for you to log in into a system. That's how we are able to check our emails by then. But at that time, it wasn't like that in so many developed worlds. So that they use domestically and they have internet access as far back as then in the developed world. It wasn't like that. Many of them have many access to internet and they can access their information real time. Now the world has evolved over time, and that's why you also need to evolve. If you are not evolving, you are going to get obsolete in no time. When you're obsolete, that means you're not relevant. And when you're not relevant, that means there's no way you can attract global patronage and global relevance. Before we take a few questions, if we have, I want to say it from what I use as my intro in conclusion. Wherever you are, people in the Western world, they have some kind of edge and privileges ahead of us. But people in Africa and in other places like this, the developing countries in particular, you need to position yourself on the global map within the next 6 years. 2030 minus 2024. You have 6 years to position yourself on the global map. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, God bless you. I don't know if you have questions. And we have questions in the chat room. Questions. If you have questions, I'm just going to take it.
Okay. So, yeah. What an amazing time. I'm telling you, I was just in the background, just listening, because I needed you to have full concentration and all that.
Dr.
Beautiful.
Chipo,
So,
it's like
ladies and gentlemen,
your audio is
questions.
low.
Okay, is it better now?
Quite better, but not like before.
Before, okay. Okay. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, it's better now.
Yeah, go ahead. We can still hear you, but it's not just as loud as before.
It's not as loud as it used to be. Okay, so I'm just going to move this upward a bit. I think this should be better now, right?
Yeah, I think a bit better now.
Okay, good. All right, so yeah, okay, so Debbie says thank you for an insightful session. So that's lovely. Yeah, beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have your questions. Let's have questions because we just have some few minutes to round up this first session. Let's give all our digital and let's celebrate David Olaiwola for this wonderful session, ladies and gentlemen. It's been wonderful. I was just listening and listening. Of course, like I always say, Kotsi, our partners, and all the wonderful people who have made my birthday wonderful. I mean, wonderful people like you were able to do this for free. You're able to share this for free. I know that you know that if we're going to have all this array of speakers together, we are going to pay a sum. I'm talking big money. So let's make good use of this, right? Of course, we're going to have to listen over and over and over. This is going to be on YouTube for a while before we remove it. Yes, we won't allow you to play with such information. Yeah, okay, my question. Okay, so yeah, so we got a question. Your question, we got a question. So my question is, can you lay down the steps of negotiation, like a practical example or illustration on how to go about it? You could share your example of the South African friend if you don't mind. Okay, so did you get that? Did you get that, David? Did you get that?
Yeah. I got that. Fantastic question.
All right,
I
great.
got that.
Okay.
Now, number one thing that is needed. Recently in my church, I taught on uh, business negotiation skills, and is actually very relevant to this question that this my sister just asked. Now, there are some basic skills that is needed at the negotiation table, and I'll quickly touch on it. Number one, you must be a specialist in what you do. Know your onions. You must know your onions. You won't be negotiating and be blabbing. You won't be negotiating and be stammering. Know what you want to say. Know exactly what you want to say. That's number one. So you must build your capacity doing that. Now, number two, confidence. Confidence. You don't have to know everything, but what you know, you must convey it with confidence. Very, very important. Don't let anybody guilt trip you. Don't let anybody impose you. Don't let them give you some kind of low self-esteem for one thing or the other. It's take me anywhere. Take me anywhere. I will ensure that I am relevant. Take me out of Nigeria and put me in Houston, Texas, and I will tell you that I'll be relevant. Take me out of here and put me in Zanzibar, and I will tell you that I'm relevant. So, because I'm confident of what I carry, take me out of here and put me in Hong Kong, and I will tell you that I'll be relevant. So, number two, confidence. You must be confident at the negotiation table. Now, another very important thing is that you must do active listening. Active listening. You must listen to what your client or your prospective client is saying. Then it's also important that as you are talking, you are creating value, not just for you now, but for the person. For the person. Now, very, very important. Those are the things. If the person is not seeing that it's going to get any value from you, there's no way. One of the things that the person that I should cite example of my South African friend, one of the things that I saw that he saw as value in me is, number one, he saw that I'm open-hearted, and he saw that I also know my onions in my space. My iron sharpens iron. You understand? Then number two, I also told him that some other business coaching opportunities that if he's planning to collaborate in Nigeria, I'll be willing to support him. And from our engagement, he can see that I have that capacity. Everybody wants to spread their tentacles. So easy. So those are the major things that you need at the negotiation table. Very, very important. And lastly, let me say this. When you are negotiating, now, you need to understand that don't underprice yourself and don't overprice yourself. Always understand the middle ground. There's what we call seller's guilt. And let me give you a practical example. How much are you selling this phone that you say is 100K? And the potential buyer says 100K, that's way too much. I got this 70K. They say, okay, Eliwamu 55,000. Now that's seller's guilt. You yourself that you are offering that service, you're already telling the potential buyer that the figure that you called is not just worth it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So you must be consistent. You must know your how to put your figures on the table. If at all you are going to compromise a little bit, not at that level. That's already you are feeling guilty. That's seller's guilt. You're feeling guilty that the price or the value you are putting on what you are offering is not worth it. I don't know if I've answered the question, but I think I attempted it.
Yeah, so yeah, that's good. Yes, Debbie, I hope you're fine with that. Okay, beautiful. Do we have other questions so that we can round up? We're already eating into the next session. Okay, I think we just round up here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, so she says thank you that you actually have answered. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Beautiful. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, David. Thank you. So good to have you. So good to have you. I'm telling you, this is so brilliant. I love the fact that you shared about your experience on LinkedIn and how we needed to, because practically that's what we're looking for, to see how we can actually take information that we can use in other levels. And that is powerful. And just like Toby Believe said here, it's just important. He said that we should build a strong adaptation capability. Yes, that's very key. We need to do that to ensure that we can actually. I just believe that it's time to start repositioning for the global stage, and that is powerful. Thank you so much for your time, David. Of course, look forward to. Yes, thank you so much. Kinubi Bemini says, thank you. This is wonderful. Akinubi Bemini says, thank you. This is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you in the next session. In the next few minutes, we're going to be back again for the next session. And this time, we are having, of course, we're having next up, we're having Yinka Atiba. Yinka Atiba is going to be coming up next, and she's going to be talking about digital marketing. I'm telling you, you need to listen to this because when she speaks, really, honestly, literally, I listen. And you know that if I listen to somebody, I tell you that I listen to somebody, I think you should listen to that person. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much once again, brother. Thank you so much. We love you. Thank you
See
for
you. Thanks
showing
a
up
lot.
on Business Owners Conference.
It's
Thank you so
nice
much
giving
for
me the
making my
platform.
day. Making my day. I'm still celebrating my birthday this day too. Thanks a lot. All right. I'll see you. See you later. Bye. Bye for now, everyone. See you in the next session. Just a few minutes. We'll be back again.